Howdy tubers, good afternoon. So first things first, Adam is actually working over at AutoZone again. And I probably won't have him around as much as he used to. I'll try and get him occasionally on a Sunday. You know, we'll do something with the truck. I've actually got something I ordered that should be coming in, I don't know, a few days. But yeah, so anyways, he'll be intermittent. I'm here eating lunch. I'm a big slut for Subway, so I found this really cool spot at work here. I'm working overtime today. Perfect shade right here. Nice and cool. I got the windows open and it's just a nice breeze going through here. If I was over at Intel like I was last year for a month, I could be in this shade, but because it's Intel, it'd be like 1,000 degrees in the whole. Like, no, that's I can't do that. But anyways, so this is my overtime day. It's actually Memorial Day. I'm only working 8 hours. I'm gonna be off at about 3 o'clock today, and then go home and enjoy the rest of the day and have some more food. I decided to work Sunday and today, so that when I get paid next week, I'll have a whole bunch of extra dough, and I can order the rebuild kit for my 5-speed, which is going to be going to this truck, as you guys know. I'm just trying to think what else I need to do that 5-speed swap. The clutches are the same. I replaced this clutch last year, and if you've been following since last year, you know why I replaced it. So we made it to San Francisco, and at the last moment as we arrived, my clutch jammed up and I broke the push rod for the clutch. We're alive. We made it out of San Francisco without a clutch, surprisingly. I did shift this thing manually or without a clutch. So yeah, we're just gonna go home. We got 617 miles to go. We're gonna try and hit a rest area though and sleep.
As you can see, no clutch. So basically what's going on right now is it's a ghost shift because the clutch isn't there. However, it's doable. It's been mentioned in several other YouTube videos, so we are putting it to the test.
There's that. I already have the cross member that goes with the M5OD. In fact, the same cross member that was bolted to. So I got that. I'm gonna get a new transmission mount that's meant for that setup. It's taller than the 2-wheel drive one I have, because I think this the 5-speed cross member, it drops down a little bit lower to clear the front drive shaft. And then, so they put a taller mount in it to keep the transmission and engine at the same height as it would if it was 2-wheel drive. Looking at the cross member, well, first of all, the M5OD is longer than my 4-speed setup. I measured it out. It was the distance between the bell housing, the face of the bell housing, to where the transmission mounts. The difference is about, I think it was like 3 inches or something like that. So looking at the 5-speed cross member, it looks like the way it's shaped, you know, it comes straight off the frame, but then it goes back a little bit and then does that. So I wonder if that little design there makes it so that all I got to do is just bolt the cross member back into where my factory cross member is at. If it just bolts in that same spot, but then the shape of the cross member pushes the mount back where it needs to be, I'm gonna be a happy camper because then I don't have to drill any holes in my frame. I don't want to drill any more holes in my frame. You know, it's like, you know, what it's like. God, I don't have a Swiss cheese frame. It's bad enough it's got a million holes in it from, you know, whatever factory stuff that it had set up where you can have different mounts or whatever. I don't need that. And then I've got to get. I probably ordered on eBay. It's a filter and hose kit for the oil pump and the transfer case. And then I'm going to get some sealant. You know, I don't think I'm going to use RTV on the transfer case or even my transmission, if for that matter. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the those anaerobic sealants where they only dry up in the absence of air. I'm thinking about doing something like that instead of doing RTV because I don't like RTV, and in fact, I think that's what they used on the front flinger / bearing retainer on the M5OD, because when I took it off, it didn't have any real, like, RTV or anything on it. It just had what looks like an anaerobic sealant on it. I'm going to find some stuff on that. And then the rebuild kit for the transmission, it looks like it comes with the 4x4 extension housing gasket, the big round one. So if that's what I think it is, then I can just put that in there and bolt my transfer case up, put the whole thing up in as one unit, get it mounted. I'm gonna have to probably when I get, and I have to do the transmission first, because when I put the transfer case up in there, I'm gonna have to oh. Never mind. I'll put the transmission in first, and then where the it's got the shifter mounted on it for the 4-wheel drive. So I think when I get that up close to the floor, I'm gonna mark where that is, drill a little hole so it can stick through, get the thing mounted, and then kind of make the rest of the cuts that I need to put the shifter plate in. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to get the rear drive shaft done. It's gonna have to get shortened, but I think I'm gonna have mine retubed. Slam that bitch back together. I got the front drive shaft, which I think is gonna work just fine, but I think it's gonna need a double U-joint in the cardigan or whatever U-joint. I know I'm gonna need that, but I don't have to worry about that until later in the year. I'm not going to do my axle swap until later in the year, because after the 5-speed swap, I'm doing a road trip. I'm not going to say where, but I'm doing a road trip, which is going to be the break-in for the transmission. And then after that, as long as they still got overtime here, which I think they are, I'm just going to work a bunch of overtime for about a month, and then order up my radius arms and all the other miscellaneous things. I'm gonna get new rear springs for the back. It's gonna cost a lot for Superflex springs. I think it was gee, I don't even know how much they were. I think they were like $500. I hope it wasn't $500 each. I'm hoping that this year I'll get this thing 4-wheel drive, SAS swapped. So everybody wants to know why we changed the channel name. I changed it because I wanted to give the channel a little bit more of a ring, whereas you know, when someone asks me what's my YouTube channel name, I go Justies, and they're like, eh? If I say it's Johnson's Garage, they're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna look that up. You know, it sounds a little more enticing. So that was kind of my idea of changing it. Let's see what else. Oh, so I haven't formally announced it because I've been so busy and I've forgotten. I'm sorry, but the past couple months I've had 2 people donate to the YouTube channel here, and one person's I think it was Juan Garcia and Ed Cowles. Thank you both for those donations. I used that for getting a few miscellaneous parts and whatnot. That was really nice of you too. So the donation thing is, you know, it's volunteer thing. I'm not gonna ask anybody to donate. I'm gonna mention, hey, you can donate. I'm not forcing you to. It's not like, oh, you're not gonna donate? That's okay. I'll just make every video a rental. You know, it's like, you know, I tried doing the rental thing. I'm like, you know, I could probably make some money off that. And then AVE did a rental video, and it pissed me off because I wanted to see it so bad. And then I had a moment where I'm like, oh, I'm not doing those. And then right now I think I'm sitting just over 5,100 subscribers, which is great. And I hope we keep getting more. And and I really don't promote my channel a whole lot other than on other Facebook pages and whatnot. I've tried promoting a video. Maybe I gotta give them more money to promote it. I don't know. I think I kind of run out of ideas. Oh, before I go on the road trip that I spoke of earlier in this video, I've got to do axle seals and bearings because this driver's side here, I've kind of mentioned it in a few videos or joked about it, but doing the re-gear and the LSD swap over the past year and a half, I've messed up the driver's side axle seal, so it leaks, and I'm gonna get a new seal kit, new bearings, and I don't think it'll be too bad because I'm just gonna do an Eric the Car Guy. I got snot or something going. Well, I think that's kind of it for me blabbing. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my break, and hopefully this day finishes up pretty quick, and then I can go home and relax and not work tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time.